So yesterday I woke up, grabbed my coffee, and saw my entire feed blowing up about tax refunds. And for good reason. The IRS just opened the 2026 filing season, and the numbers coming out are absolutely insane. We're talking $370 billion in total refunds, the biggest refund season ever. The average person getting nearly $4,000 back. That's a mortgage payment. That's a vacation. That's actual life-changing money for a lot of families. But here's the thing, if you don't know how to track your refund properly, or if you're missing out on the new tax deductions, you could be leaving money on the table. So today, I'm breaking down the IRS Where's My Refund tool, the exact timeline for when you'll get paid, and the new tax laws that just went into effect. Welcome back to MoneyPilot, where we help you navigate your financial journey. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we're about to save you some serious money. Let's get right into it. Alright, first things first. Tax season opened yesterday, January 26, 2026. That means the IRS is now accepting federal tax returns for the 2025 tax year, and you have until April 15, 2026 to file. Now, the IRS is expecting to process about 164 million tax returns this year, and most of those are going to be filed electronically, which is exactly what you should be doing if you want your money fast. But let me tell you why 2026 is completely different from every other tax year. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which was passed in July 2025, has created some massive changes that are going to put more money back in your pocket. The Tax Foundation is projecting that Americans are going to receive $91 billion in additional refunds this year. That's on top of the regular refunds people are already getting. We're looking at average refunds hitting nearly $4,000, which is a 26% increase compared to last year. Think about that for a second. 26% more money coming back to you. For some families, this could mean an extra $1,000 or more. This isn't just a small bump, this is real money that can help you pay down debt, build your emergency fund, or finally take that trip you've been putting off. So what's causing these record-breaking refunds? It comes down to several new tax laws that just went into effect. Let me break down the big ones, and pay close attention because you need to know about a brand new form called Schedule 1A. This is critical. Number 1, no tax on tips. If you work in a job where you regularly receive tips, restaurants, hospitality, delivery drivers, you can now deduct qualified tips from your taxable income. This is huge for service industry workers. You use Schedule 1A to claim this deduction. Number 2, no tax on overtime. If you worked overtime hours in 2025, you can deduct qualified overtime compensation. This applies whether you're an employee or, in some cases, an independent contractor. Again, you'll need Schedule 1A for this. Number 3, no tax on car loan interest. If you took out a loan to buy a car that was assembled in the United States, you can deduct the interest you paid on that loan. There are income limits on this one, but for many people, this could save hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You guessed it, Schedule 1A. Number 4, enhanced deduction for seniors. If you're 65 or older, you can claim an additional $6,000 deduction on top of your standard deduction. This phases out if you're a single filer making over $75,000 or joint filers making over $150,000, but even with the phase out, this is a massive benefit for retirees. And yes, you'll claim this on Schedule 1A. Now let me be crystal clear about something. Schedule 1A is a brand new form that the IRS just released for this tax season. If you qualify for any of these 4 deductions, tips, overtime, car loan interest, or the senior deduction, you must fill out Schedule 1A and attach it to your Form 1040. The best part? You can claim these deductions whether you take the standard deduction or itemize. They work for everyone. On top of these new deductions, the standard deduction itself got bigger. For single filers in 2026, it's $16,100. For married couples filing jointly, it's $32,200. And for heads of household, it's $24,150. These are inflation-adjusted amounts, and they're going to reduce your taxable income right off the bat. If you're 65 or older, you also get the regular additional standard deduction, which is $2,050 for single filers and $1,650 for each spouse filing jointly. This is separate from that new $6,000 senior deduction I mentioned earlier. Stack these together, and seniors are looking at some serious tax savings. Alright, now let's talk about the part everyone's actually asking about. Where's my refund? How do I track it? When am I getting my money? The IRS has a tool literally called Where's My Refund? You can access it at irs.gov or through the IRS 2Go mobile app. Here's what you need to know about using it. If you file electronically, your refund status will show up in the system within 24 hours of the IRS accepting your return. If you file a paper return, and honestly you shouldn't be doing that, it takes about 4 weeks before you can even track it. To check your status, you'll need 3 pieces of information: your social security number, your filing status, like single or married filing jointly, and the exact refund amount you're expecting. Make sure you have these ready before you go to the website. The tracking tool will show you 3 stages: return received, refund approved, and refund sent. Most people who file electronically and choose direct deposit get their refund within 21 days. That's the standard timeline the IRS uses. But here's where it gets tricky. If your return gets flagged for any reason, it can take longer, sometimes 45 to 180 days depending on what needs to be reviewed. Now, let me tell you about the most common mistakes that delay refunds, because I don't want you to be one of the people sitting around waiting months for money that should have hit your account weeks ago. Mistake number 1, typos. I'm talking about simple errors like misspelling your name, entering the wrong social security number, or messing up your bank account number. The IRS has been warning people that even a single typo, just 1 digit wrong in your social security number, can freeze your refund for months. Double check everything before you hit submit. Triple check your direct deposit information. 1 wrong number and your refund is going to someone else's account or getting bounced back, which means you're waiting even longer. Mistake number 2, income mismatches. The IRS gets copies of your W-2s and 1099 forms directly from your employers and financial institutions. If the numbers you put on your tax return don't match what the IRS has on file, your return gets flagged. This is super common with people who have multiple jobs or freelance income. Make sure you wait until you receive all your tax documents before filing. Don't use your last pay stub, use the actual W-2. Mistake number 3, claiming credits incorrectly. If you claim the earned income tax credit or the child tax credit, your refund is going to take longer no matter what. The IRS is required by law to hold refunds that include these credits until mid-February to verify everything. They're trying to prevent fraud, which I get, but it means if you're expecting one of these credits, your refund won't hit your account until the end of February at the earliest, even if you file on day 1. Mistake number 4, missing forms or schedules. If you claim a deduction or credit but forget to attach the supporting form, the IRS can't process your return. For example, if you claim that new car loan interest deduction but don't fill out Schedule 1A, your return is getting kicked back. Same thing if you're supposed to include Schedule A for itemized deductions or Schedule C for business income. Every box needs to be checked. Mistake number 5, filing status errors. Choosing the wrong filing status or checking multiple boxes by accident will cause delays. If you're not sure whether you should file as head of household or single, or if you're wondering about married filing jointly versus separately, look it up or talk to a tax professional. Don't guess. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I don't want to deal with all this, I totally get it. That's why most tax preparers and online software like TurboTax, H&R Block, or TaxSlayer will help you avoid these errors. They auto-check your math, they import your documents, and they warn you if something doesn't look right. If you're using MoneyPilot's advice and doing it yourself, just take your time and review everything. Here's another thing you need to know. The IRS is phasing out paper refund checks. There's an executive order that went into effect this year, and they're pushing everyone toward direct deposit. If you don't have a bank account, you need to set one up or look into prepaid debit card options. Paper checks are being eliminated, and if you request one, you're going to be waiting even longer. Let's talk about refund amounts over $1,500, because this is affecting a lot of people this year. If your refund is above $1,500, the IRS has stronger fraud prevention measures in place. They're running extra verification checks, they're matching your information against multiple databases, and they're being extra cautious. This doesn't mean something is wrong with your return, it just means the IRS is making sure the refund is going to the right person. It's annoying, but it's necessary to protect against identity theft and fraud. For people getting larger refunds because of those new deductions we talked about, this could add a few extra days or even a couple weeks to your processing time. Just know that it's normal, and your money is coming. Now, let me give you the real timeline so you know exactly what to expect. If you file electronically today or this week, choose direct deposit, and everything on your return is accurate, you're looking at getting your refund between mid to late February. That's about 3 weeks from now. If you claim the earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credit, you won't see your refund until the end of February at the earliest. The IRS says you should expect it by February 27th if you filed early and everything is correct. If you file by paper, you're looking at 4 to 6 weeks minimum, and realistically it could be 2 to 3 months. Seriously, just file electronically. It's faster, it's more secure, and the IRS processes it way quicker. If your return gets flagged for review, which happens if there's a mismatch in your income, missing information, or something that looks unusual, you could be waiting 45 to 180 days. This is rare, but it happens. If this is you, the IRS will send you a letter explaining what they need. Respond immediately. The longer you wait to send them the information they're asking for, the longer your refund is delayed. Here's what you should do right now if you haven't filed yet. Number 1, gather all your documents. You need your W-2s from every employer you work for in 2025. You need 1099 forms if you did any freelance work, had investment income, or received money from gig work like Uber, DoorDash, or Etsy. You need 1098 forms if you paid mortgage interest or student loan interest. And if you had any income from digital assets or crypto, you might receive Form 1099-DA, which is brand new this year. Make sure you have everything before you start. Number 2, figure out if you qualify for the new deductions. Did you receive tips? Did you work overtime? Did you finance a car made in the US? Are you 65 or older? If yes to any of these, you need to fill out Schedule 1A. Don't skip this step. This is where the big money is. Number 3, use tax software or hire a professional if you're not confident doing it yourself. The new tax law changes are complicated, and missing out on even one deduction could cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars. It's worth spending a little money up front to make sure you're getting every dollar you're entitled to. Number 4, file electronically and choose direct deposit. I've said this like 5 times already, but it's that important. This is the fastest, safest way to get your money. Number 5, check Where's My Refund 24 hours after you file. Once your return is accepted, start tracking it. Don't obsessively refresh the page every hour, but check it every few days so you know where things stand. And number 6, be patient but proactive. If it's been more than 21 days and you haven't seen your refund, and the tracking tool isn't giving you any updates, call the IRS. Their number is 1-800-829-1040. Yes, you'll probably be on hold for a while, but sometimes a phone call can get things moving. Let me give you some extra pro tips before we wrap up. If you're getting a big refund, like $3,000 or more, think about adjusting your withholding for next year. A huge refund means you're overpaying taxes all year long and basically giving the government an interest-free loan. You could be putting that money in your pocket every month instead of waiting until tax season. Fill out a new Form W-4 with your employer and adjust your withholdings so you're breaking even or getting a smaller refund next year. If you're self-employed or have side income, make sure you're paying estimated quarterly taxes. Don't wait until April to pay everything at once. You'll avoid penalties and you'll have a better handle on your finances throughout the year. If you owe taxes instead of getting a refund, don't panic. You still need to file by April 15th. If you can't pay the full amount, file your return anyway and set up a payment plan with the IRS. The penalties for not filing are way worse than the penalties for not paying immediately. And finally, if you're expecting a refund and you're in serious financial trouble, you can contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service at 1-877-777-4778. They can sometimes expedite refunds for people facing financial hardship. It's worth calling if you're in a tough spot. Alright, let's bring this all together. The 2026 tax season is the biggest refund year in history. The average refund is nearly $4,000, up 26% from last year. You've got new deductions for tips, overtime, car loan interest, and seniors that can save you even more money. You need to file electronically, use direct deposit, and fill out Schedule 1A if you qualify for any of those new deductions. Track your refund using the IRS Where's My Refund tool, and expect your money within 3 weeks if everything goes smoothly. This is your year to get every dollar you're owed. Don't leave money on the table because you didn't know about these changes or you made a simple mistake. Take your time, file accurately, and get that refund. That's it for today's video. If this helped you, smash that like button, share this with anyone who needs to file their taxes, and subscribe to MoneyPilot for more money-saving tips every single week. Drop a comment below and let me know, have you filed yet? Are you expecting a bigger refund this year? I read every comment and I'll answer your questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is MoneyPilot, helping you pilot your money to financial freedom.